Upon Jamie Foxx's underlying hospitalization this year, his little girl, Corinne Foxx, volunteered to give a report in regards to his condition. And despite the fact that she abstained from discussing particulars, she did let everybody had at least some idea that he was en route to recuperation. She'd said we needed to share that my dad, Jamie Foxx, encountered an unexpected problem yesterday, fortunately, because of speedy activity and incredible consideration. He is as of now, while heading to recuperation. We know how cherished he is, and value your requests. The family requested protection during this time. So a ton of clinical trials were finished on Jamie Foxx during his new well-being alarm. And nobody truly realized what had happened precisely, yet everybody was extremely worried for him. A source had told Individuals magazine that few of Jamie's relatives hurried to be close by an emergency clinic. And this suggested that the circumstance was intense, and that it was perilous now in spite of endeavors to keep a total security encompassing the circumstance. It was in the end uncovered that police had visited Jamie in clinic because of a case that he had made preceding his hospitalization, that somebody was endeavoring to hurt him. Presently, we must ask ourselves, is this simply some insane occurrence that he was standing up and afterward, not long after he encounters this colossal health-related crisis that was as a matter of fact dangerous? I mean, it is difficult to be aware. Yet we have seen endlessly time against superstars in the past revolt against Hollywood elites, and getting ready to uncover individuals. And afterward, out of nowhere, something occurs, and they kick the bucket or something happens to them. And afterward, they remain quiet, so it's difficult to be aware. And fans are becoming progressively concerned in light of the fact that they don't completely accept that Jamie Foxx is oak right now. And they feel that another person is composing on his Instagram posts. Currently, it's additionally exceptionally fascinating the police have visited him in clinic, since I had no clue about that, and that sort of features that better believe it, something might have truly worked out. So how about we research now? There have been numerous episodes in the past where Hollywood VIPs have said that they will uncover specialist individuals in the business, and afterward, just before they're going to tell all, something terrible happens to them, or they bite the dust. Now, Kanye West had taken a stand in opposition to this last year, and individuals were calling him insane for this. He valiantly shed light on the dim truth of how people in Hollywood are controlled, and surprisingly, wiped out once they try to break liberated from the business requirements. Your own Hollywood, many individuals come up missing. Feels like it very well. Maybe a ton of that to control damage they need to adapt and damage. Now the upsetting truth is some of what Kanye said may have been valid as per conspiracists. And he's one of numerous that have stood up against this. Kanye West, additionally uncovered after neglecting to revolt against the unavoidable control in Hollywood, that he'd got a compromising instant message. The message purportedly cautioned Kanye that on the off chance that he didn't stop his vocal resistance, he would be effectively regulated. Kanye had uncovered this on Twitter with screenshotted messages. What ought to be clear at this point is that I was raised to represent my reality, no matter what the results, so I will say this again. I was intellectually misdiagnosed and almost tranquilized crazy to make me a sensible, respectful VIP. Here the spilled message read, I will help you one several different ways. First, you and I plump down and have a caring, open discussion, yet you don't utilize cuss words. And all that is talked about is situated, truth be told, and not some insane stuff that stupid companion of yours let you know all you found in a tweet. Subsequent choice, I have you systematized again, where they relieve the poop out of you, and you return to Zombieland, perpetually play date with the children. Actually won't be a similar Kanye's by all accounts, not the only one to uncover the Hollywood elites. Apparently Dave Chappelle has likewise now ventured forward to divulge the hidden rationale behind the elites' endeavor to dispose of Jamie Foxx in the past. Chappelle had exposed the dim underside of the Hollywood business, uncovering its evil practices, and naming it a huge element that goes after the people who try to challenge its orders endlessly time again. He's bravely stood up and stood in opposition to their treacherous plans that try to eat up and discard the individuals who oppose the control hell. He'd even turned down a $50 million bargain and had clarified for Oprah that it wasn't the cash that he was leaving, it was something different, yet he needed it. Why'd you leave $50 million bucks? Well, better believe it. I was leaving the conditions they will come accompanying the newly discovered level. Now Dave Chappelle has not been reluctant to uncover what's happening in the background in Hollywood. He's uncovered degenerate elites on many times in the past. He'd even discussed Martin Lawrence's abrupt stroke, and individuals can see now that that certainly had an exceptionally frightening likeness to Jamie Foxx's own baffling health-related crisis that had happened as of late. For what reason did it happen? Just after they take a stand in opposition to stuff fans aren't imbecilic. They can see that things are going on. Yes, there may be a ton of schemes out there yet. By the day's end, the number of incidents that need to occur before fans begin hypothesizing on what's happening in mine. Had a stroke, he nearly passed on. And after that I saw him, and I resembled, "Wow, Martin, are you okay?" And he said I got the best rest I at any point got in my life. It's the way intense he is, so allowed me to ask you this: what's going on in Hollywood? Then it got at extreme. We'll be on the road, waving a firearm, shouting they are attempting to kill me. Fans have now brought up that Chappelle and West have sort of discussed a similar stuff anyway. 16 years separated. And they're by all accounts not the only craftsmen that have revolted against this. Yet we never famous people take a stand in opposition to this sort of stuff. More often than not, they're constantly marked as insane, and individuals don't actually think about what they're talking about. And one more typical component with this large number of big names that take a stand in opposition to the Hollywood elites is that they all say exactly the same thing they uncover: how individuals around them are attempting to persuade them that they're insane. They attempt and dishonor them, and they even hotel to sedating them. And they've likewise said that certain individuals have been killed, or they feel like they're going to wind up dead, in apprehension about crossing the line, or standing in opposition to stuff. And by the day's end, the Hollywood elites intend to adapt on their trepidation, and simply need to assume total command of their entire innovative result. Now, scarily sufficient, something fans are additionally calling attention to is that this was the last thing Jamie Foxx had presented on his Instagram just before his health-related crisis and conspiracies, except that his post might have had something to do with individuals coming for him. Above all else, I need to say thank you to the fans that have been all supporting Alarm Missing People Unit on Fox. Thanks to you, we are the most elevated stream show on Fox in the beyond 3.5 years. Thank you for that. And this evening, we are on, and we are offering our appreciation and saying thank you for the assistance of the relative multitude of individuals that make up the Missing People Division, all of our ex-military from Armed Force, Naval Force, Flying Corps, and so on, who have truly placed their lives fundamentally on the line to proceed to save our friends and family. So, and holler to Donia, whooped to Scott, who are taking these emotional circumstances, yet transforming them into acting gold, and offering us a chance to raise and start up the discussions about missing people. We see you on Twitter. We see you on the wide range of various virtual entertainment programs. Now, the last thing I needed to specify was Jamie Foxx's new post to his Instagram fans. For reasons unknown, don't completely accept that Jamie Foxx had made this post. He obviously was thanking his fans for every one of their requests, and individuals in the remarks were saying, "No, I want to see his face." And him talking, "I don't confide in word post." Another person said Jamie Foxx didn't compose this post. Another client said, "I will have a hard time believing this is him until I see a video." So it seems a ton of Jamie Foxx's fans are truly worried for himself and the connivances circumventing that he was focused on for standing up are exploding the web. So individuals don't have any idea what to think right now. So what is your perspective on this? Let me in on in the remarks. And remember to buy in for more delicious, succulent tea.